This is a video showing the assembly of a Jetronic fuel distributor for a 1986 Mercedes 560 SL. Let's start off. This is reassembly. There's plenty of disassembly videos, and this is reassembly. Okay, made this video because there's not any videos hardly that show reassembly, and it's a little detailed, so bear with me here. First, you got the base metering plate, base plate. You got your spring seats, the small ones. These right here. They need to go in first, right there. Just like so. See it right there? Goes right in the middle. The little hat, like you put on a hat. It goes down like a hat. Okay? Let's get all those in. There's 8 of them, of course. It's an 8-cylinder 560. Shit, you can't put 2 in one. Make sure you don't. It won't work. Got all the spring seats in. Now it's this small spring. No, the little one. Okay? You can put all 8 of those in. Alright. Now we have the top spring seats, uppers. Your flat side goes up, groove side goes down. Set them right on top of those springs. They should sit pretty flat. That one's not. Something's wrong. There we go. Hopefully this video helps somebody out, because I sure the hell couldn't find any information on reassembly. I could find a lot of information on taking it apart, but I'm a pretty smart guy, so let's see. Upper spring seats, they're on there. This is your diaphragm. Yeah, I'm using a used one. I have a new one on order. I had a new one already, but it wasn't right. Got a new one on order, but this guy needs to get his car back, and I'll take it back apart and change it again later on. So, there's a groove right here. You need to line up that groove to the groove that's on your base plate. Shut up, Max. Don't start barking. Just the neighbors, buddy. Alright. Diaphragm set on there. Now you got all these little ceramic spring seats for this side of the diaphragm. They go right in on top of each one of them other springs. If you have a new diaphragm, you won't have these grooves in it. You got to make sure to set that in the right place. Set it right on top of the other springs. They should be exactly opposite of them. Once you get all those in there, make sure your holes are still lined up. Yeah. You got the bigger springs. The bigger springs, you got a big side and a small side. The small side goes down on top of those like so. So let's go ahead and put those on there. Alright. The assembly of this part is very important. It goes inside of here. Okay, let me see. Let me just line this up, make sure I got it the right way. So each one of these lines up to a hole down inside of that. For each injector, it has to line up just right. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's only one way for it to go in. So we're going to set it. Line it up to the holes. Just line up to its injectors. When we get done with this part, if it's not just perfect, I'll show you how to make sure it is. Alright, we'll push that in there. There we go, until you hear the snap. You heard the snap? Alright. Now, that's ready for assembly. We need to very carefully set this sucker down on here. This is going to be hard, y'all. This is tricky. You got to have it up off the table because that's going to stick out the bottom. Set this right down on top of there. You're going to line up all the injector holes to their springs. Once you get it on there, you need to hold it together. Flip it over so you can get some screws in. We're going to do the middle screws first. Yeah, middle screws first. And then we'll do the outers. Get these just snug down a little bit. That way it ain't coming apart on me. You'll notice I'm not using power tools. I don't like to use power tools. They destroy stuff very quickly, and it's better to do this kind of stuff by hand, especially one of these. Alright. There we go. So the 3 middle screws are in. It's held together, so it's not going to come apart anymore. I'm going to go ahead and snug them up. Alright. Let's put all those screws in. There we go. You should try to start tightening it down from the middle out, not from the outer part. Yeah, man. Start in the middle, bud. All right. We got them all down, and we go back down and snug them down. They don't go super tight. Don't be trying to break them off. Just tighten them down. Start in the middle. Go around the edge. Once you make it all the way around, just go ahead and go back to the middle. So double check them all. Yeah, see, they needed it a little bit more because they don't have so much pressure against them anymore. Alright. There we go. Now, this is that piece I put in. I was talking about it had to be lined up just perfect. You see that notch in it? If you take that notch and you make sure it's lined up perfectly to one of the injectors here, you know you're good. And once it's lined up perfect, you know they're lined up. So I'm just gonna make sure. Straight like that is pretty damn close. From this view, y'all, is like perfect. It's hard to show y'all, but yeah. Okay. Alright. So it's lined up. Next. Alright, next we got to put in the fuel metering rod. This is the fuel metering rod. The spring goes in just before it. You see the spring? Goes in just before it. Spring. This fuel metering rod. Make sure it's super clean. Don't drop it. Don't nick it. Don't mess it up. It's very sensitive. If you nick it or scratch it, it's not going to move freely like it should. Fuel metering rod. Insert here. Just like so. This piece here. Next, push it all the way in, like so. Ugh. Okay. Safety washer that we're going to bend over to keep it from undoing itself. And the 15/16, I think. No, I think it's 7/8. 7/8. No. Alright. You gotta be kind of careful when you're screwing this in. That piece can start moving on its own. You gotta make sure it stays all the way down. I've had the problem with it a few times already, so there we go. Make sure it stays down. Alright. What the fuck is wrong with this piece of shit? Maybe I pushed that down too far. I don't think so though. But I'm gonna go ahead and use my ratchet and see if I can pull it up some. Alright. I just went ahead and sucked it up. Alright, there we go. Sometimes it's down too far. You need to pull it up some. Just use the nut, pull it up. There we go. Back in there. There we go. Tighten that down. There we go. Bend this edge up right here on that washer we put on. So that way, that cannot back out. That's what this washer is there for. It's a safety washer. Just go ahead and bend up the edge. Just bend up. And there you have it. That is a rebuilt fuel distributor for a 1986 560 SL. It's the same for most Jetronic systems. I hope this video helped you. It's my first video. Yeah, a little tacky, but that's okay. I don't care. Thanks.